So what is your role within the gallery then?
In theory, I'm the manager now of the gallery, but actually all the volunteers take a part and do a specific job, and we all work together, support each other, fill in when people aren't there. So there is a very vague hierarchy, but everybody has their part to play in the gallery, and it's very important we work like that, I think.
Yeah. How did you begin working for the gallery then?
I started probably 8-9 years ago. What actually happened was 10 years ago, and we're not sure of the exact date, but it's round about now. So we've counted that the end of this year is the end of our first decade. Beginning of next year is the beginning of our second decade. What actually happened was that Karen Illingworth, who lived locally, was actually a neighbour of mine. And she was an artist. She belonged to a local art club who couldn't find anywhere to exhibit their work. So she approached the precinct and asked them, could she have this place, it turned out to be, for a fortnight for them to mount an exhibition, get people to come in, see their work. And they agreed, and they let her have it for nothing, and so she did that. And that was 10 years ago, and we're still here. It kind of developed from that. Karen became very keen on that, and she became the one and only person running it for 18 months. And then it got quite a lot for her. I met her one day when we were out and said I didn't mind coming in and helping. I wasn't an artist, but I liked the community side of this. So that's sort of how I got, like, how the gallery started and how I got involved with the gallery. So,
what do you think, or why do you think the gallery's been successful in the last 10 years? What's kept it going?
I think possibly because we change a lot. We try and surprise people a little bit. It's a place, as a starting point on the very basics, it's a place where local artists can hang the work for a very reasonable price. Larger galleries don't want to take on their own artists. So they can come in here, they can be part of it. They do shifts on a Saturday if they're hanging their work. They get to know the people who come in. You sell your work better if you talk to people about it. And lots of them have become volunteers since. It has become a kind of a community within the gallery. So we keep adding to what we do and changing what we do. So in the early days it was simply an exhibition space. Then we used to hold a yearly competition, an open competition, which we haven't done for a year or two because the work involved, you can actually put that time into doing other things as well. We now do workshops that are free to people. Everything we offer has to be free at the point of sort of sale, if you like. They often make a donation and we don't say no. So we do workshops, we bring in tutors who do workshops for people that are free. We work with schools now, so we've got 2 or 3 schools who now have exhibitions here, and they come in and they come and look at the artwork, and then they go away. One particular school go away and do the artwork based on what they've seen. We've got some brilliant teachers who, you know, despite governments taking art out of education, are taking it back in again in a very, very good way. And quite small children are very knowledgeable now about art and about how to do it. So we work with schools, we work with community organisations, so they will have exhibitions in here. We go out into the community, if you like, and go to the schools. Some of us actually go into the schools and return what they've given to us in different ways. So they might be doing a project, we can help out. Bea did some stuff last year with a school where she helped them make the invitations and taught them how to sort of draw and design the invitations. I went out, I wrote the script for a puppet play that they were doing. So it's quite sort of interchangeable, and we do for them, they do for us. We work with a lot of art clubs now, in the sense that they have their annual exhibitions here. When I started, there was just the one that we talked about earlier. We've now got probably 3 or 4, and that's by building it up, making contact with people and building up the people we have contacts with. We've got sort of crafters as well now who work with us, as you can see in the window, the sort of stuff they do. And we had a huge Arts in the Square festival this year that we organised. Bea organised, she was here at 7 in the morning. But she did all this sort of fair side of the organisation. And we had crafters there, we also had theatre, we had music, and it was a brilliant, brilliant day. So we just get involved totally in the community, which is what we like. And they get involved with us.
You've got your birthday coming up, so it's 10th anniversary of the gallery.
But don't ask us when the birthday is. No. A very generic 10-year birthday. It's about now, but we sort of say.
Yeah. So what have you got plans?
We've got all sorts of plans next year to move and work on what we're doing and extend them a little bit. We've started a Friday art club. It's very small at the moment. People get used to coming. But we've now got plans next year to bring more tutors in to do workshops. They're happier when we've got a workshop and something not formal, but you know what I mean, something organised. 3 days, they're not quite sure what to do with at the moment. But what we are doing as the start of the year, we change our exhibitions every month. So there's a new exhibition goes up every month. And in January, we are doing an exhibition called Out of the Attic. And I'm in the process now of emailing all the artists I can find from the past 10 years who are still around here to ask for one picture from each of them that maybe it's been stuck in the attic for a few years or they've exhibited here before. And so that will be a kind of a 10-year retrospective, if you like, about all the artists that we had in the gallery.
So what were the thoughts behind Out of the Attic then? Whose idea was it to ask artists to bring you?
It came from, we have a volunteers meeting sort of every 6 months in the summer, and then sort of towards Christmas time, January usually after Christmas. And it came out of the last meeting when we talked about it, and I can't tell you whose idea it was. I suppose if I really thought, I might be able to think, oh, that was the person who first mentioned it, but it actually came out of discussion, and one person says one thing and one person builds on that and then somebody else builds on that, and all of a sudden we had our exhibition.
Yeah. So have you had much of a reaction yet from artists about the exhibition, and how are we
only at the moment, we're just starting, but everybody that we've spoken to, I've just yesterday was doing the email to send out for the sort of older people, I don't mean older in the sense of were with us a while ago, all the people who are still here, they've really liked the idea that they can bring back one picture that, that they've maybe 5 or 6 years ago. It's quite a nice feeling. I like the idea that we will have a very diverse exhibition, because as you can see here, the whole of the area we're in now is Belton Art Circle, and then the rest is individual artists who will exhibit anything between sort of 8 and 12 pictures depending on the size. But hopefully we shall also in January have a completely diverse.
What do you think the gallery can expect in the next 10 years? What do you hope it can achieve?
I don't think I'll be here at the end of that 10 years still running. I think somebody else will have taken over from me, so it won't be me who'll be expecting it. I just think we've got to keep building on what we do, listen to what people say they would like. The other thing that we're finding at the moment is that we can use the gallery on other days and give back to other community groups. So for instance, we now have on a Wednesday a community choir who come in here and sing. Basically, they practice on a Wednesday, so they can use the space. If it's closed but empty, they may as well use it. And it's not impossible. I'm in talks at the moment with somebody who it may be possible that somebody's going to use it for community classes and things like that for their clients to bring. They need a hub in Eccles, so we kind of, it's both ways, if you like. It's give and take all the time, and that's the way it should be. It's a community gallery, and everybody is very community minded. Eccles Centre is quite good like that. There's an awful lot of stuff being done by voluntary organisations in Eccles that people ignore, and it's important that they see what people are doing instead of sitting at home and complaining. Get out and do it, is what I say.